Hey guys, this is the video notes for 1.3, which is distance and midpoint. So we're going to learn two very important formulas today that we will use a lot throughout this year. And these will be two formulas that you will see a lot on the extended response questions on your exam. So good thing to know them. Alright, let's first start with definitions. Okay, so we got distance, and that is the length of a segment with two endpoints. So it's the measure of how long something is. That is the distance from point A to point B. Next we have midpoint, and that is the point that is halfway between the endpoints. So midpoint is right in the middle. And lastly we have segment bisector, and that is a segment, line, or plane that intersects a segment at its midpoint. Very importantly, what it does, it creates two congruent segments. So that's very important later on. Now, off to the side, we're going to do this. We're going to ignore this vocab part, and we are going to put something off to the side of it. Alright, what we're going to do is put the midpoint formula, and there's going to be two different types. So let's write that out. So we got two different formulas. We're going to look at versus a number line and versus a coordinate plane. We're going to start with the number line, and what that is the absolute value of A minus B. And what that means is if we have a number line, let me draw one out for you. Here's a simple one. It goes from 0 to 3 and 0 to negative 3, and we have 2 points on them. And whoops, I just noticed something. We made a mistake. I'm actually doing distance formula. Let me erase that. Sorry guys. And there's no going back. Give me a second here. Okay, the midpoint formula is simple. It is A plus B divided by 2. So if we have these 2 points here, x is at negative 2 and y is at 3, what we're going to do is do negative 2 plus 3, divide that by 2. So it is 1 divided by 2, or 0.5. And if we look, 0.5 is right here, is right in the middle of those two. Now on the coordinate plane, it's a little bit more difficult. Actually, but not really. It's just 2 extra steps. What we have are 2 points. One point is we're going to call x1, comma, y1. That's our first point. And the other point is x2, y2, because it's our second point. And all we need to do for the midpoint for that is simply add the x's together. x1 plus y1, or x1 plus x2, and divide that by 2. Put a comma here. y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we'll do an example here. I'll give you 2 points. How about 3, 5, and the other point is negative 1, 7. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to go through and add the x's together and divide by 2. So we get 3 plus negative 1, that is 2, divided by 2 is 1, so 1 comma, do the same thing with the y's. 5 plus 7 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. So the midpoint between these 2 points is at 1, 6. Okay, next thing we're going to look at the distance formula, and we're going to just simply use this flowchart. We're going to put the symbols here and then write our words, what the easier way to remember it is. Alright, so on a number line, I wrote it already for you, my bad. It is A minus B. Alright, we're just going to take those 2 points and subtract them. It's the absolute value. So, in words, or on hand write that, or on use the computer to type this out. It'd be better. What you need to do is subtract the numbers and make it positive. So we can go. We'll do an example. later on, but all you need to do is just, or you could count. Alright, coordinate planes are a little bit more difficult. What it is D equals the square root of, that's a square root sign, x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. I'm running out of room. There's an easier way to remember that, and let me show you that. It is D equals radical delta x squared plus delta y squared. And in words, what that is, we'll type it out. It's the square root of the change of x squared plus the change of y squared. So how much does the x change plus how much does the y change? So we're going to go through an example problem and get you set for that. Alright, so here we got a problem, and we got our points K and we got L. We're going to make x1, y1, k for no particular reason. So if we look, it's at left 5, up 3, so it's at the point -5, 3. And x2, y2 is going to be at L, which is over 2, up 4. 2, 4. So KL equals the change in x squared plus the change in y squared. So what we do, let's look, how much does the number change from going from -5 to 2? Going from -5 to 2 is a change of 7. So we're going to put 7 squared plus, look at the y's. How much does it change going from 3 to 4? It only changes 1. So 1 squared. Now we're just going to do PEMDAS to solve. So really this is the square root of 49 plus 1, which is equal to the square root of 50. Now later on in the year, I'm going to expect you guys to rationalize that. But for right now, you can just put in the calculator. This is about 7.1. Alright, so that's the end of this section. If you need some help with this, come see me. But hopefully you guys are watching these videos and doing the CYUs and going back and retaking those to make sure you get the 4s out of 4s. Alright, good luck on the next coming sections, and we're moving on.